My name's Steve Miller and I'm the presenter of Sky One's Fat Families and also a confidence expert. And what I'm going to do today on Ask Men is to share with you my top 5 tips for building and accelerating your confidence. One way of boosting your confidence is definitely to accept fallibility. Too many of us walk around so often thinking that we've got to be perfect, we've got to do it right first time, otherwise we will be a failure. That is just not true. Everyone makes mistakes, and do you know what? We learn from our mistakes. So what I always say to people that I work with is, you're not perfect and that's okay. And do you know what? No one else is either. Learning to relax about yourself is critical if you want to be confident. And one of the things that I always say to people is to practice relaxation. And I use a technique called SIR, which stands for self-induced relaxation. And what I tend to do most days is put myself into a relaxed state by, number 1, closing my eyes somewhere comfortable where it's safe, obviously, and warm. Secondly, what I do then is simply count down from 10 to 1. And on each descending number, I imagine I'm becoming much more relaxed about myself. When I've reached number 1, I simply affirm to myself that I'm relaxed and confident in most things that I do. And being relaxed and confident in most things that I do is fine, because no one is confident in everything that they do. We are all capable of building belief in ourselves, and there's different ways to do that. Firstly, reflect on all the good stuff that you've done in life and let that make you feel pretty good. Secondly, something that we can learn from the world of sport is to visualize yourself doing something really well and doing it really proficiently. Visualization is a very powerful tool. Thirdly, what we can do is something called anchoring confidence, which is to imagine ourselves when we were confident, taking that resource into the situation where maybe we're not feeling as confident. So it's very simple. You think back to the time when you did it really well and you were confident, and you imagine that emotion being transferred into the thing that you're a little bit worried about. One of the other tools in the box to build your confidence is something called stretching your confidence. Now, what I mean by that is you put yourself into a situation that gives you the ouch factor, something that feels a little bit uncomfortable. Now, if you do that, imagine how good you're going to feel about yourself once you've done it. Do you know, one of the best ways that I built my confidence was to identify a role model, someone that oozed confidence. And what you actually do once you've identified a role model is to look at what they do in terms of how they engage with people, how they move their body, you know, how they play the sport that you want to play. And you just observe it, and then you imagine yourself taking on board what they do. What you can then do, of course, is picture yourself doing what they do.